We will shortly hand over to curriculum, but just to let you know, welcome. We are using the chat facility today. So if you do have any questions, do please pop them into the chat and we will answer those at the end. And apologies for keeping you waiting. Thank you for your patience. So right now, I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Daniel, who's going to talk to you about the first part of our course offer, which is based at our Hayes campus. Daniel, over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name's Daniel Brown. I'm the section manager of computing and IT here at Hayes campus. What we've got here is the progression map of all the various routes that we have available within our department. And the first thing I want to make explicitly clear, we have a range of options.
Apologies, we can't see your screen at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
No problem at all. Didn't want you to carry on without us seeing what you've got to offer.
Of course, yeah. Sorry. I'm just, having issues my side as well now. Sorry about that. So you should be able to see now.
Perfect. We can see that. Great. Thank you.
So as I was saying, we've got want to make explicitly clear, we have a range of options. So no matter what your particular circumstance, no matter what particular level you are currently, we'll have something for you, something that will be suitable for you, where you can come into the college, develop your skills and knowledge, and progress onto a successful future. And we have courses from level 1 all the way up to H&C and H&D at levels 4 and 5. So beginning off, we have our level 1 program, which will be a new program next year with IT, digital media and business. And this has a range of units, including spreadsheets, creating websites in HTML, and basic programming. This course is designed to give a good underpinning in basic concepts that allow you then to progress forward onto the further programs that we do have. And we have a number of students that do enter the college, do enter the department at level 1, and then progress through the various levels that we do have available, and then ultimately progress onto university, higher national level within our department, or move on to apprenticeships. Then from the level 1, we have the level 2 extended cert in information and creative technology. Again, this provides an underpinning in the key concepts of computing and IT. And we go a bit further into software development at level 2. We do programming in Python, and Python is a key industry programming language that's very prevalent in industry and very popular at the moment. So software development in Python, as well as database development and website development amongst the units that we do cover. We also have alternative routes at level 2. So if you're thinking you're not really sure if you want to progress onto university, if you're thinking maybe the apprenticeship route is something you want to head towards, or you want to do some study, learn practical skills that could be directly applicable into the workplace, then we have C&G level 2, which will be the appropriate course for you. We have lots of students then do our City and Guilds level 2, which gives an underpinning in things like PC building, software installation and maintenance. And then the students progress onto our C&G level 3, and then move on to apprenticeships and then into the workplace from there. So if you're looking to maybe enter industry as a basic support role within an organization, within a company, City and Guilds is definitely the route that you should be considering. And then in terms of the C&G level 3, it goes into the technical side at a more deeper level with networking principles, ITC systems, network management, those type of units, where you begin to really understand how to set up a server, how to configure a server, how to support networks. So really prepare you for the type of activities that you'll be doing in a support role in industry. Then in terms of our BTEC level 3, we do the extended diploma, foundation diploma and the extended diploma, which lead into university. We have many students that undertake the level 3 with us, and they move on to university, both local universities such as Brunel and universities further afield. So if you're thinking of level 3 and you want to get to a decent university, definitely a good option. Now, in terms of the year 1 of the course, we look at programming, which C++ will be the programming language, which gives a really good solid foundation in programming concepts from there, you can build onto other programming languages. And we have website development and creating systems to manage information. So that's all about modeling data systems and creating databases to support companies. Then the second year of the course, there are a number of really interesting units, including cybersecurity and incident management. So cybersecurity is very big area of growth and continues to be so in industry. And big data and business analytics. And big data is another big concept that's very prevalent in modern computing. So you'll be learning about how data is used to make business decisions, and how all this data that's collected through various systems that we have, all the devices that we've connected to the internet, how that data is collated and then used for useful businesses purposes to make business decisions. And then also something like the Internet of Things, which is another very relevant unit for what's happening in modern IT at the moment. Then we also have an alternative level 3 course, Access to Computing. This is for students who are over 19, who maybe have been out of education for some time and want to undertake a course that will give them a solid foundation to move on to university after the course finishes. And on the course itself, we do programming, networking fundamentals, database design and principles, and also English and examination skills. So it helps you to develop your English skills in a way that will enable you to improve your academic writing skills that will help you to be successful at university. Now, it's a very challenging course, but it's very good in terms of preparing you for university. And in the last few years, we've had some really fantastic outcomes with students progressing on to some very good universities, including Russell Group universities. Now, Russell Group are amongst the top universities in the country. So, you know, it really does prepare you to move forward positively and progress onto a good destination of a good university, if that's what your aim is. Now, in terms of staffing, we've got a number of expert staff with lots of technical knowledge and industry experience, including networking, programming, website development, big data and analytics, Internet of Things, cloud computing, and project management. That's just a flavor of some of the expertise we have within the department. And we have lots of skilled staff with extensive years of teaching experience as well. And the staff are very supportive, and we're here to help you achieve as much as you can and have a successful outcome. In terms of extracurricular and enrichment, it's an important part of what we offer here within the study programs that we do provide. In recent times, we've had Erasmus involvement, which offers international work experience. And that's something, despite Brexit, there's legacy funding still available. So that is an opportunity potentially moving forward in the next academic year, where we plan to have some students go off and do some international work experience with Erasmus. And we have links to universities where we offer lots of study skills opportunities and opportunities to learn what universities like. So Brunel is one connection we have, and we offer sessions around that to make sure that you are very well prepared for moving on to the next step when you progress to university. Also, we have lots of activities involved with industry. We just had one last Wednesday on the 9th of June, where we had industry guest speakers, including people from SES Railways, and that's the company involved with the development of the HS2 high-speed railway network that's happening in the area at the moment, and key industry specialists in areas such as enterprise and data architecture. And they run sessions talking to our students, explaining kind of what their job roles are, really helping to give students an insight into industry and what the expectations are. We also have lots of opportunities for, as I've said, progression internally, but also making sure that you understand all the options that there are for progressing for things like apprenticeships. So we had sessions on higher degree apprenticeships. And again, we had Brunel University coming in, running sessions to help students have a really good understanding of the requirements of university and the opportunities that Brunel University has to offer. So if you come to Uxbridge College, which we hope that you do, you can have lots of input in terms of industry relevant things that you'll be learning, very knowledgeable staff, professional staff, as well as lots of activities in terms of employee engagement that will help you develop as an individual and make sure you're successful with whatever steps you take forward in your future. Just want to finish off by a couple of just illustrative case studies from students. This is Zen. He started our BTEC level 1 and he's now at university after completing our access program. He done English GCSE whilst he was at the college as part of the study program, and he progressed very well, starting from a lower level course, progressing right through, and he's continuing on at university at the moment, and he's very successful at the moment. And the final example I wanted to give, this is Bailey. He's a current student. He's undertaking the level 3 foundation diploma, and he's planning to progress onto university in 2022 to undertake a degree in computing and cybersecurity. And I'd just like to illustrate the point he's made at the bottom, which is very indicative of the experiences that students do have with us. I made the right choice choosing the Computing and IT department at Uxbridge College, and know that I will be able to achieve my goals. Don't hesitate if you want to be successful. This is the place for you. So hopefully you will choose us. We're very proud of what we do here. Students, if they come to us and work hard, we work as a team and we have some very successful outcomes. So what I'd like to do now is pass you on to my colleagues based at the Uxbridge campus. We're part of one single department, but we offer other specialist courses at our Uxbridge campus, and they'll go on to illustrate what opportunities there are there for you. But thank you for your time, and you'll have an opportunity to ask further questions at the end of the next section.
Hi, I'm Chris from Uxbridge College, and me and a couple of my colleagues are going to talk through the courses that we offer. I'm going to start with the level 1 course. This is like an introductory for us. A lot of our courses are either like software development or games development, and they all sort of like progress up from the bottom. So this is a new course for us that we've developed recently, and it's going to take the approach of showing students the pipeline of the games development industry and try and get them interested in each course as it goes on. And then this progresses onto the level 2 course, which is also a games course. This one focuses more in a bit more depth into making an online portfolio and then having assets that will feed into a games project that they will do throughout the year. It's heavily focused around programming and skills that are required at a much higher level. Alternatively, we have another course which feeds into level 3 as well, and this is our cyber course and software course for level 2. This focuses a lot more into programming skills and math skills. Also features like networking and system security, and this feeds into our level 3 courses.
Okay, so next up we have our level 3 games. Now for the level 3 games, we have 2 years, first and second year. So the first year is essentially just the introduction to the skill sets. Next we have the game design principles. Then we go back, Chris. Thank you. Okay. Each of these fundamentals are all about building up your general foundation skill sets at the very beginning of the year. You don't have to come in with any prior knowledge, but obviously knowing the industry, knowing what games are available are always going to be a benefit to actually join our programs. The first year is going to have some exam units. Okay, it's just something to keep in mind when you join our programs. There's always going to be exam content for the most part, but the most of the work is going to be practical, and it's all about developing up your portfolio. So next slide. Okay, and into the second year, this is where we start working on more of the group project work. So you can start learning how it is to work in the industry. This is going to include just general production management, being able to work in the industry itself, so what kind of employability skills you're going to need. And generally it's going to be a 6-month-long synoptic project where you'll be working on developing a game with a group of people. Okay, and it's all about just developing that skill set across the 2 years and just having a bit of fun with it. But do keep in mind it's a lot of hard work. Okay, and generally need to make sure that you come with us with prior knowledge about the industry. And some things about games are important, so being able to play games is always a plus, but obviously having a wide range of your knowledge on games is going to be very important when coming to us.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Thijs. I oversee the computing provisions in Uxbridge campus. So some of the offers that we have, they're mainly focused on trying to get you ready for apprenticeships or universities in the computing field, similar digital fields. So the first offer we have is the BTEC Level 3 Foundation Diploma in Computing. And in both of the years, the goal through this entire course set is just to prepare you to become a software engineer. So most of the time you do basic computer science principles, hardware, IT systems, and most of it focus on development applications, software, and just any other kind of field, which is just designed to get you to program and get you kind of ready for the next stage in university or an apprenticeship in a similar field. Then we have a slight specialism in one of our courses, which is you can specialize in computing in the cybercrime, or I should say cybersecurity field. And that more is still a computing core, but the idea is to give you kind of the best advantage in university or apprenticeships to understand some of the systems of, say, securing IT systems, securing databases, and that all kind of comes from a core of understanding how to set them up in the first place and how they're architectured. So those are the main BTEC Level 3 fields, which kind of all focus on computing, but different specialism and different focuses. And then we have the more unique take on digital skills, which is our T-level provision, which is fairly new. May have heard of this, advertised everywhere by the government. The T-level differs from the traditional courses in the fact that it's entirely exam-based, and a big portion of it is doing a certain amount of work experience as part of the course to qualify. And for that, we have local partners and we have large industry partners like Heathrow and Fujitsu, who we work with in order to make sure that you get a hands-on experience in the workplace with varied employers. It is something you might want to consider if you feel like you can do, say, interviews, talk with individuals, and want to have a kind of a more hands-on experience with a lot more fields and a lot more job industries and employers throughout your level 3. This pathway is more suited for people that want to do more apprenticeships rather than university, or go straight into the workplace using some of those partners. All right, I'll hand over to Luke.
Okay, so when we get back through the process of going from level 1 to 2 to 3, we then have the progression routes up until level 4, 5, and then university. So there's several different pathways where you can go down. So the first pathway we have is a H&C and a H&D. Now the H&C, H&D is essentially equivalent to the first 2 years of university, but they're done at the college, and it gives you the opportunity to then progress to the 3rd year of a degree later on. Now, a H&C and a H&D is essentially more focused around the practical skill sets and training you up for industry knowledge. Okay, so the pathway we have for the games is level 4, 5 in games programming. Again, as we are the computing and IT department, we're trying to specify that we want programmers. Okay, we want people that work with computers instead of just more of the kind of 3D elements inside of it. Okay, so that's the pathway what we offer for our level 4 and 5.
All right, and next is the HNC, HND in cybersecurity as well. So this is kind of a follow along from the level 3. In this case, this is where we kind of step away from setting up a good grounding, a good base to go to university or apprenticeships or similar, and we actually work on getting professional skills and making sure we, train you to the best of our ability to make sure that you go there and you can apply for jobs or top up into a university degree. And the idea behind this is where you do a lot of the actual practical, which is stuff that you would do in the industry, stuff that you would do in the workplace. And that would be programming, automating tests, securing networks, and then also ethical hacking elements such as penetration testing, securing systems, securing, say, hard drives or USBs or storage methods from potentially contaminated data. And then also, again, just kind of training you up for university skills, such as independence, working on your own, working on projects and similar things. Otherwise, fairly similar in terms of the HNC and games programming, in terms of level, quality, and prospects. The only difference is obviously the specialism that we aim to train for.
Okay, so some of the kind of examples we have at the end are just some of the portfolio work that students have done in the past. So with our games courses, and generally any course that we run, we want to make sure that you are industry ready. So generally the main focus for the year, whether it be first or second year, is developing a portfolio of work. And this can range from different skill sets and different content. So again, just one example. If you go to the next slide. Okay, again, another example is this was second years working in a group, and again, working on 6 months on the project, but having an outcome at the end, which you can then show off to potential employers if you want to try and get into the industry after level 3, or progressing obviously higher and getting better opportunities for higher educational courses, such as university or HNC, H&D. So again, some more examples. So kind of the progress that we hope to expect to see you do this year. So this is some of our first year students' progress over the course of the year. So starting off with some basic level design. And then by the end of the year, after going through the content of the lessons, okay, and putting hard work and practice into it, they finally got to a pretty good endpoint. Okay, and just a few more examples, this time being 3D modeling and character design. And again, more of the base artistic side of the course that we do run on our program. So it's not just all programming and maths. We also have some of the more creative sides to it as well. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. I'll hand you back over to Lucy.
Lovely, thank you very much. We have gone slightly over our time, folks. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut short because I knew there was lots of nice student work to see as well. But thank you to the team for presenting. There's a lot of content there, there's a lot of information. I have had a couple of questions through from one of our guests today. I've taken an email address, so I'll pass that on to the team because there's lots of sort of content just about some of the modules. So it would be a better option if I get the team to give you a call. So I will pass that email address on, and team, I will let you know the details for that. Just before we finish up, just to say again, thank you to the team. If you haven't applied and you do want to apply, it's not too late. And if you want more information, please head to our website. You can get all the details about the courses that the guys have shared with you today, www.uxbridgecollege.ac.uk, and details for applications are on there as well. And don't forget, if you've got any other questions, then do please give us a call, and we can get those answered for you. Apologies, we haven't had as much time this afternoon for those questions, but I will pick that up with the team. In terms of just a quick question has come through about access to computing. If you want to just drop me your email address in the chat box, I can get somebody from the access team to give you a call, the person who's requested information on there as well. So again, apologies to cut short, but thank you again, everybody, for joining us, and thanks to the team for the information they've shared with us today. Thank you.